And it showed me the past. Big Mount Si was all Big Mount Si. Little Mount Si was the top. And there had been a volcano there. And it blew it up, the top, and moved it to the side and came down flat. The top of Mount Si blew off and shuttled over to the west, to the left, the way I was looking at it, and just came flat down. This whole top of this even with the top on small mountain, and it landed on a whole tribe of people, killed them instantly, just pancaked them. And they're there to this day under Little Mount Si, and that area, because of them, has become a sacred place. And their chief, wonderful man, kind of young, good-looking guy. He watches over Mount Si, and he watches over his people, and he watches over the land round about. But Mount Si told me, now hear me folks, I'm only a reporter, I'm going by what I'm told. I have no real way of testing this other than to wait and see. But the mountain, Big Si, it told me that it was going to blow up within 2.5 and 3 years. So it should be pretty darn soon, about 1.5 years or so, since the only time I talked to it a couple of times since. And when I say talk to it, I'm talking with it. And the Elks Mountains can actually talk. God is in all things. I don't worship the tree or the mountain, but I am aware that they know their place and that they too have their own ability to talk to each other or their kind and to talk to all nature. Be it a tree talking to one tree, it can talk to an insect. A mountain talking to another mountain is talking to all the mountains all around the world, including under the oceans. And they conversed with each other. But anyway, it says that it's going to blow again, this great Mount Si, Big Mount Si. But it also blows under Little Mount Si. This time, that the rocket point tip of Little Mount Si that sets to its left to the west will rise up, go over the top of Big Mount Si, and come down on the other side. I hope there's no Indians living there this time. But nevertheless, it's really something. And I was showing this cliff, and anybody coming from Seattle to eastern Washington on I-90, if they know where Mount Si is as they're going past North Bend, Washington, they can see this cliff. And I was showing Big Si, this cliff, oozing, a slow ooze of blood red lava coming out this great party. The cliff has two parts to it. One stands away from the other a little bit, and it just starts flowing out through there. But it's a volcano and very active. Well, while I was out there talking, the owner, son came out. Guy in his, I imagine in his very high 20s, and asked me what I was doing. Well, I'm a nut. I don't care. And I told him I'm talking with the mountain. The mountain wanted to talk with me. And he looked at me, he says, what's it saying? And I told him, and he said, he introduced himself and I to him, and said, Redhawk, that's strange. I have an uncle that worked that mountain as a lumberman all his life, a large Mount Si. And he said that mountain is just filled with caves and tunnels. And they used to go into it years ago, but now they can't because it's full of sulfur. None of them. They can't go in any of the holes. Well, the mountain showed me a little spot, and it wanted me to walk up there. And it had something to wanted to share with me at that spot. But dang, I'm just too old, and right now I got a toe gone, and that's a steep climb, even in my youth. And I told it, I don't think I'll be able to do it. But I know what the mountain wants to do. It wants me to go into that spot. Believe it or not, friends, people can walk through walls or through a stone cliff or deep dirt, actually physically, and be inside. And it would show me things. And I know if I could do it, that could be. I don't think I'll be able to do it. And as I said, the mountain has talked to me before or since. And it so much wants to share with me up there at that spot. And I feel so sorry that I feel that I am unable to go up there. But heck, I'm getting old, man. It's all I can do to climb out of bed in the morning. But I don't know. Maybe I will, God willing. Only Dad knows for sure. But yes, there are places where people can walk right into it and be at another place, another time plane, not dimension, not parallel time, but a plane, a different place. And well, that's enough of that. Now, understand, God didn't tell me this was going to take place with this particular mountain. But this does, and this was years after my great vision. But in the great vision, I saw a great volcano activity going on all over the place, earthquakes and everything like I've shared. And so you can say that if this is true, and only time will tell, that what I was shown by the mountain itself does not in any way disagree with the great vision. So you can include it into the great vision. So that's why I brought that up. Oh, there's so much I know about my little area and stuff. I am an Inner Heyoka. I am a hi-OH-kah. I am a Red Web member, society member. And the Red Webs are the last society told, I don't know how long ago, that at this time, the time our mother is going to flip again, there will rise up one more society, the last society. As I spoke of, the weather goes crazy. And I've seen steam coming out of the beds of rivers and creeks and ponds and small lakes. Steam! To the point, I'm looking at it right now. The Creator is redoing this. I'm actually seeing it as I speak. Bubbling. Like you put on a little pan of water and let it boil, come to a boil, and just steam coming up. Bubble, bubble, bubble. The bottom of our walking area, the surface that we stand on, it goes mad with lava work, and it just heats up waters. It's so hot. No, man, the only reason he'd go in that water is to commit suicide. It wouldn't last long. Like throwing a live lobster into boiling water. I've seen that. That's part of the great vision. The skies go mad. Folks, the skies go mad. The storms come from all over. And they're strange. And they're huge. They're giants. And then all of a sudden there'd be a little dinky area, calm as can be. Those people in that little area, be it a whole city area or just an area in the woods where a guy happens just as safe as if nothing's going on at all. Really strange. But I tell you, since that time I have, through other, well, as a medicine man and a Inner Heyoka medicine man, I have contacts throughout different agencies of our U.S. government